Awfully good. Thanks, Jerry. Our next guest is going the extra mile to help those who are disadvantaged or living with a mental illness. She provides them with free clothing and shoes, and the need is greater than you could ever imagine. Phyllis Lise has a charity called Dressing Angels, and she is working to expand her reach. Phyllis, welcome to Daytime.
Thank you. Welcome.
How did this all come to be?
My son, he was diagnosed with mental illness 4 years ago. And when my son was diagnosed, I knew there was something more that I needed to do because he's been hospitalized several times in the mental hospitals. And when I would go to visit my son, I would see so many mental ill patients that did not have adequate clean clothes and shoes. So I decided I wanted to do something. I wanted to help the mentally ill because they are the forgotten in our society. So I decided to start a charity called Dressing Angels, and my charity provides shoes and clothing to the mentally ill.
That is amazing. So how do you collect these donations? Where are they coming from?
Well, a lot of the clothing, over 80 to 90% of the clothing, my husband and I purchased ourselves.
Oh my.
And I have a lot of donations from my coworkers.
So you've got a full-time job on
Yes.
top of this full-time job.
Yes, I do. Yes.
Good for you. Now, you have to clean everything that you get donated, so the cost has got to be pretty high.
Yes, but God has blessed us, and we're hoping that maybe we can receive a lot of donations, whether it's financial donations or clothing donations from our community.
How do you find out who needs your help the most? You're working with schools as well, aren't you?
Yes, I work with underprivileged schools, and I provide shoes and clothing to 50 students, a week's worth of clothing at each school, and I provide clothing and shoes to homeless shelters or mental hospitals also, or group homes for the mentally ill.
And when you see somebody receiving something like this, what is that doing for you, and what kind of reaction are you getting from them?
It's such a humbling experience for me, and it's such a gratitude for me, and it's as if I gave someone $1 million because they're so happy and they're so grateful.
Where are you keeping all this stuff that you're collecting right now?
Actually, in my living room. I don't have a living room anymore. It's piled up with clothing and shoes.
So what is your dream then for this charity? What would you like to do? I'm sure you don't want it in your living room for the rest of your life.
Oh no, not at all. I'm hoping that I could have in the near future a building to store the clothing and the shoes so the mentally ill families can bring their loved ones in to try on the clothing and pick out the things that they need.
Is there anything in particular that you need right now? Because for everybody that's watching, that if you have a message to send out that is in particular that you would need donations of.
I need a building
Okay.
to store the clothing. That's first and foremost.
Okay.
And I need clothing donations, financial donations, and laundry detergent donations.
Are you washing all these clothes yourself?
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness gracious, Phyllis. Thank you very much, and keep up the great
You're
work.
welcome.
I'm sure it's very rewarding. The website to find out more information is dressingangels.org. We'll be right back with more Daytime, so don't go away.